Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is such an interesting series we got today for Premade Unstoppable Week 7. Dorado Gaming, Omega versus Iceborn Kingdom. And I'm joined here with Crimsz, and my name is Proof. We're going to kick things off, I guess, with the draft, right? So before we dive into the draft, though, Crimsz, how are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling all right. And, I'm excited to see top of the pack teams duke it out. So we got some pretty good contenders for the league right now. And I'm just interested to see what they're going to pull out here, especially Dorado Gaming. See if they're going to keep their 6-0 streak.
We'll see what happens right now. I'm excited to see what kind of things they bring to the table. Of course, a lot of experimentation could be done in the scrims, but this is match day, so you really can't afford to make mistakes. But mind you, it is a best of 3, so if Dorado Gaming, Omega want to try different things here, they are going to be on, over here it says they are going to be on the blue side, right? And the red side is going to be Iceborn Kingdom. So I guess on the blue side, who would you recommend them to first pick as well? You got the priority here in the jungle, in the top lane, and solo lanes. Who would be the priority pick going into the games?
Well, I think Jarvan is quite a monster right now. Super easy to play. Is a 3-camp ganker. So you just do 3 camps, get level 3, get a gank. I mean, you can even short it and do a level 2 gank with Jarvan. It still works pretty well. And he can snowball pretty hard, ends up being pretty useful in the mid-game team fight. And, most junglers don't want to play him. He's a little boring, but you know what? It wins games.
It does win games, and it's really good early on skirmisher, like you said. You just get that level 3, and then boom, you're right in the middle of the equation, making plays happen for your team. And of course, we might expect, if it's not banned, I would agree with you that Jarvan is a strong pick going into this meta. However, what do you think the red side has going for them? Who should they kind of not pick in the first phase and then maybe, surprise them with a counter?
Okay, well, it looks like a lot of jungler bans going down right here. So for the red side, it looks like they are leaning maybe Viego, because Trundle's really good into Viego there. So they're leaving up with Jarvan and say, hey, you get Jarvan, we snap up Viego real quick right here. Then they have a Jhin ban as well, so getting rid of the utility AD carries. Personally, I think Ashe is better right now, but that doesn't mean Jhin can't be effective.
Yeah, we got the bans pretty much signaling that, we don't want to have any crit damage on the side of Doggos, right? They don't want to have Jhin available for them. And of course, Fiddlesticks is going to be banned. A nice early on champion.
That's 3 jungler bans.
Yeah, that says we're not playing around with the junglers here. IBK, what do you got going for us right now?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I hope you got a big jungle pool because we're testing it. And that's 5 bans towards jungle here. So this is a real stretch for the jungle ocean, you could say. If you don't have an ocean, you're going to get swallowed up here. IBK Doggo, here's your first pick. Is it the J4 or are we going to go something more swanky? Nope, it's the nice standard J4 pick. There we go. Now, is my prediction going to be true? Do they want to do Viego counter pick or are they going to snap up something else? They have some time. They don't have to pick jungle right now, but they could certainly counter pick it if they want to leave something else up. Okay, Xin Zhao, that's another traditional one. Not as spicy as Viego, but it does do the job. But I do think J4 really wins that one, in my opinion here. So IBK maybe looking to skirmish somewhere else in the early game to pick it up.
IBK now picking their first 2 champions. Of course, Dorado here, Dorado Gaming, they do first pick the Jarvan. It has been a priority for many teams, and we're going to see it online now in Summoner's Rift. You got Filio's second pick, an interesting AD carry pick. Nice and easy to pilot, but is a bit immobile in general.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to pair with the Thresh here. So that's something you typically see. Helps with the immobility of the Filios. Can yank him to safety if ever in a bad spot. Or maybe they'll go something a little more aggressive. There's other things too. Lulu's Enchanters will help the Filios get through the lane phase really easy. And Lulu also has pretty good peel. So we'll see what they go with. There you go. Braum, another peeling support there. Braum is the epitome of anti-dive, so LeBlanc may have some problems getting in on this Aphelios. Braum just stands right on top of Aphelios, hits the R whenever LeBlanc wants to go in, shuts down the engage on Aphelios, and they'll shut down the Xin as well. So, anything that goes in a straight line Proof is not going to do that well into Braum's ultimate.
There it is. There is the Braum pick. Oh boy, I'm excited for that. Not gonna lie. Now on the other side, we got IBK with a Karma saying you could pick anti-dive. We're gonna pick movement speed and disengage as well as engage in team fights.
Yeah, so it looks like IBK's got a pretty good skirmish comp here. So Karma is really good, spreading the shield around, getting people mobility to get into these early skirmishes before their opponents do. Xin and LeBlanc, amazing skirmishers. They have lots of mobility, lots of damage. So we'll see if they make some slight adjustments or they're just going to go all in for this early game here.
So far, it looks like early game to me. Not gonna lie, both sides have a decent early to mid game, right? Of course, LeBlanc, we all know how much damage she could do if she finds it. However, let's see who's the target gonna be on the side of the Dorado Gaming here. Omega versus Iceborn Kingdom. Iceborn Kingdom, they are going for a little bit of maybe a catch team comp with the Xin Zhao and Karma. Possibly they could add a little bit more kind of a catch-oriented team comp for them, but let's see what the blue side entails here with the Mordekaiser ban. It's off the table now.
Now, one thing for the Karma pick on Iceborn Kingdom's side here, Karma is technically a flex pick, so could be on the top side here. Of course, LeBlanc already solidifies the mid lane here, but could be support, could be top. We'll see if they flex it around. And I'm seeing a red ban for the last one for IBK, so I'll wait for proof to confirm that for me here. As we have one final ban rounding it out here. Doggo, what you gonna go for?
Yeah, it is going to be Anivia. So the final ban is Anivia from, I'm assuming here, IBK. So still, hopefully, Dorado's gaming ban does not glitch here. It is pro draft, so it's a bit glitchy.
It depends how fast they hit it. It depends how fast they hit it.
Yeah, because you can't technically wait for like how you do it in Ryan Cly, where you could wait a little bit and then you could still, you know, ban the champion that you're hovering over. So it's going to be Kled on the side of Dorado Gaming.
All right, so now I think we might see if this Karma is going to be top or support here. Depends on what they pick. And they're still going to hide it. And I think that's a good idea so far. They can hide it, swap it last second here. And they're going to go with Ashe, the more utility-based AD carry. Should do well in lane until maybe Aphelios gets his flame gun. And then we'll probably see that Aphelios can fight back in the lane there. But Karma Ashe is not a bad combo. Lots of poke. You know, Braum, you say he has the shield, but that doesn't hold up against sustained fire like Karma and Ashe. So they're going to be poking out this Aphelios Braum like crazy. They got to weather the storm here. So advantage in the bot lane secured for IBK. And a Cassiopeia pickup. Proof. This is a bold pickup here, but it is into LeBlanc. And we know that Cassiopeia can counter movement with the poison on the ground there. So we'll see. This is a lot of team fight damage from Doggo, though. They have a lot of burst potential in their team fights here.
A lot of burst potential in team fights, and they're trying to secure that kind of annoying team fight thing where they could still kite you, right? You know, Dorado Gaming could still kite you while doing damage. They got the disengage on Braum. Obviously, you could use it as an engage tool as well. With last pick for Dorado Gaming, it's gonna be the Dr. Mundo, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, the epitome of a big meatball walking around. Not so spicy anymore since they changed him, right? No more flames around this Mundo. But it's going to be a big tank here. Hopefully going to stop the Xin from getting in on Aphelios. Create some chaos there. Make sure people can't get through him. And it looks like we might have a support Karma here. That's what I thought it was going to be. Camille versus the Mundo there. Two big scalers on the top side. And this is looking to be skirmish versus team fight. I think you called it early proof, and it's true.
Yeah, I'm looking over here for Money Shot, who's going to be piloting Dr. Mundo against Berzalut, who's going to be piloting, obviously, this Camille. It's going to be interesting 1v1. Of course, I think this game has tested the jungler pools. You know, talking about Reggie, rather, how you say his name, and you got Haman Karn on the other side. So their jungle pools, they have to dig deep here because, as you pointed out early on, Crimsz, that 5 junglers in total were banned.
Yeah, that's a lot of bans. So I don't know what exactly the plan is here. I think they definitely want to secure some kind of matchup, and the J4, it looked like that J4 was a little bit planned. And the Xin maybe also was the plan, especially after the first 2 bans.
I'm kind of wondering what Iceborn Kingdom had in mind, because they did ban Trundle and a Mumu, and I think maybe they just left J4 out in the open, maybe hopefully saying that maybe Dorado the Gaming are not gonna pick it, and then we're gonna swoop in with the pick, and then we're gonna get it. But honestly, you don't want to leave J4 open in such a season like this, where he's been seeing a lot of play. A lot of teams are utilizing this champion early on. Mid game is really good, and we're gonna look at that in just a minute. But overall, though, Crimsz, what do you think about these two team comps as just its face value?
You know, at typical thing that I'm going to say, it doesn't really, most of the time, it doesn't really matter what the actual champions are. It's how you use them in the game here. So if Doggo thinks that they're going to go gung-ho and try to skirmish early, they're playing against their draft strength, which is, to me, a little bit counterproductive with the Jarvan here. Now, obviously, you don't want to lose every lane, right? That's actually a bad draft strategy here. So you probably want to pick up a winning jungle to help for your scaling factor. But as I pointed out earlier, I think Jarvan is a little bit the odd man out here on Doggo's side. Dorado Gaming, they did snap up the Jarvan, but he doesn't really have a dive buddy, in my opinion. So for me, when I like drafting a comp, I think you need at least a little bit of assistance in the dive here. So it's really going to be a bit tricky to play this Jarvan out. So on the other side of IBK, I think we know what they're going for. They're going to look for picks. They're going to want to establish an early lead. They're going to want to create a lot of chaos in the early game. Don't let Doggo group. IBK is all about that early game, baby.
IBK is all about that early game. Let's get it. I mean, we're just waiting for the owners to take place, lock and load in the client as we are approaching this outset of this best of 3 match. Obviously, it is a best of 3, right? We did point that out. And what are the type of things you're looking for here? You know, as a team, are you looking to play a little aggressive, seeing that the comp is tailored more towards that early game? So are you, in turn, investing a lot of your resources early on, or are you waiting to see if the enemy makes a mistake and then capitalize off of that?
I think the easiest way to play is to avoid play for Doggo here, as weird as it sounds. So you have the Jarvan, so maybe you could try to go for something early, but avoid the 3v3 skirmish. So don't go for that scuttle on the top side that we all know people like to die for in solo queue. Don't go do that. Play the other side. Make trades. You don't have to fight. And maybe give up the first dragon or Rift Herald, whatever IBK decides to go for. I think if Iceborn Kingdom here, if they're playing smart, they're probably going to go for the Rift Herald for an early snowball, and Dorado Gaming can, get the dragon on the other side. So go for the trades if you want to play it smart. Now, if you're going to try to flex on Iceborn Kingdom, which I think might happen, Proof, I think you're just going to go for it anyway. In that case, if they do establish an early lead, it's going to be easy sailing.
Yeah, we're talking about that early lead as the name of the game. I also want to point out a certain, an angle we could approach this game as well. Looking at things in the bot lane, we did notice that the Braum pick was originally really, really good for Jack Gaming, right? Jack Gaming drafted that, hopefully, having a little bit of a Warden effect to Aphelios. We know who falls short in terms of mobility. Right, so on top of that, though, antithesis of that is the Karma response. Okay, we're gonna disengage, we're gonna engage. So Iceborn Kingdom was like, okay, we're gonna have Nezumi play Karma. Let's see what you do by your Braum and learn laning phase, essentially bullying them maybe to sheer annoyance the entire laning phase.
I mean, they're definitely going to be annoyed. There's going to be a lot of arrows and magic spells coming their way, and it's really going to be on Unknown to dodge that play around those abilities. Jack Gaming can take a bit of a beating and negate some of the damage there for Unknown, so he's not alone in that endeavor, but certainly has to watch out in these early phases. Definitely going to be in Nubly and Izumi's favor there. They're going to have the early push. They're going to have the ability to poke out, so should be favorable for them. So maybe Haman Khan's going to path down there. Maybe they try to make a dive happen there. They have a LeBlanc, should be able to get a pretty smooth dive if they set it up correctly, so they're going to need to push in certain lanes. They don't have to go for a mid lane dive, though. I mean, with the LeBlanc, they could go dive with Resolute on the Camille, also pretty good at the dive as well. So they have the ability to make plays around bot side and top side as well, because the Camille is going to be doing just fine into the Mundo. They're both scaling, so it's going to be a little bit of a skill matchup who wins the early fights. But if Resolute pulls ahead against Money Shot, then they could also make dives there as well. And even though Mundo's real tanky, boy, if he can't get away due to Camille's ultimate, then he's still going to die. So There's a lot of possibilities for Iceborn Kingdom here. It's really on them to make the play, set up the correct dives here. They want to do the dives to get a big snowball. So it's really on them to make those plays. If they falter, if they mess up, Dorado Gaming will be in the clear to take the game. Now, they could still mess up macro play, of course, but it will be them to win the game from that point. So, Iceborn Kingdom, are you going to mess up or are you going to play this right?
Yep, and I think this is where it falls under, right? The original question I asked is Dorado Gaming, am I going to be forcing Iceborn Kingdom to make a mistake, or they're just going to be like, okay, you know what, we're going to be a little bit laid back here, see if they just mess up on their own, and then we're going to capitalize on top of that with TP plays from Mundo to the bot lane. It could set up for nice dives. They're looking with the Jarvan. Level 6 is going to be looking for a lot of ganks around the map. It could be topside too, so Money Shot, you know, is kind of that playmaking ability to the Dr. Mundo against the Camille. I don't think he's going to be dwelling on the 1v1 as much as he's dwelling on making a team play happen.
Yeah, definitely more effective in the team fight than a Camille would be. And honestly, Camille's got a great 2 targets to set her eyes on. It's either going to be Cassiopeia or Philios. And those will be prime targets for Iceborn Kingdom.
All right. With that said, I hope you guys are enjoying our kind of analysis pre-match. So kind of vote who you think is going to win in the chat. And that's it. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the outset of the match between Dorado Gaming Omega versus Iceborn Kingdom, where we are about to see how this game pans out. Though before that, let me do the honors of introducing myself and my colleague here. I am joined here on the casting desk with Crimsz. My name is Proof, and we are excited to be here. Going into it, though, Crimsz, any words? Anything we need to notice here? What's going on?
Well, we have a very aggressive top side here. Camille opting for the Ignite over the Flash. Resolute wants the kill. So I think maybe we're seeing from top side play. And we have a fight coming in real early. Mundo, I don't know if you want to do that right now. You do not have Ignite.
Mundo seems to be, he's ready to rumble. He's just like, let me get some of that action early on.
I think top lane might be pretty bloody here. So we'll have to check in on that later. So it looks like we have a top side start. Haman Karn here, starting top side, as I think I did predict earlier. So with that, winning bot lane, wants to get the easy crab on the bottom side, doesn't want to go for the fight on the top side. I do think maybe Mundo will have the push there, and certainly Cassiopeia and LeBlanc will be duking it out for Prio.
Speaking of Prio, let's take a look at where the junglers are starting. You see they're on the opposite side of the map. Of course, we're not going to see Scuttle Crab being contested, right? Because they're not kind of mirrored here. So they're going to end up on opposite sides. And we might see a level 3 gank on top lane and bot lane. Obviously, this is kind of like League of Legends textbook play. But what are you kind of anticipating to happen here? Who's going to get the shove in? Who's going to get the prio here? As you're seeing bot lane are starting off strong from the Iceborn Kingdoms.
The harass train is starting right now. They didn't want to bother waiting to level 2, and I don't see any reason for that. They have both their poking abilities activated right now. And by the way, every time Karma hits someone with her abilities, that cooldown on her ultimate goes down one tick further. So looks like we have a lot of fighting top side, and we have a huge lead for this Camille already.
And taking a look at the skins, I always like seeing the skins. It's a fresh breath of air, right? Seeing what they're rocking here on Summoner's Rift. I do like to say per capita, though. I think, you know, Dorado Gaming, they're looking a little bit fancier than IBK. They're dressed to win here.
Yeah, I think that with this bull market right now, this Mundo is going to be tip-top shape. Money shot.
No. Gonna have to burn the flash there as Resolute finds the damage, but in turn is met with the other side of the first blood. Here it is. Jarvan with the kill and marks one for himself. Dorado Gaming off to a running start thanks to that first blood.
Money shot saying, I love me some Reggie right about now, as we have a huge trade on the bot side. Xin unable to get the first gank there. That credit goes to Reggie with the Jarvan. Starting it up early here, trying to get an early lead for top side. And that may be a factor. We'll see if Mundo can continue to pull ahead here.
Let's see if they're able to survive this early game as Mundo...
TP advantage as well. I think Camille just teleported top lane here. So Mundo has himself a TP advantage. Maybe they could turn around bottom with a TP play here. And that will just ruin the winning matchup of Nubly and Nizumi here against Unknown and Jet Gaming. So maybe some things will happen. Maybe we have the butterfly effect and this winning lane doesn't turn out to be winning whatsoever.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that on my side of the thing. You know, Riot is such an indie company, right? It's their show. Money Shot has used this TP. So I was about to say, what TP advantage are you talking about there? Am I seeing things? But it's super funny that you mentioned that. But yeah, Money Shot here with the TP advantages might look for bot lane play. Obviously, they need to find the damage because Aphelios, what do you think about early on damage, right? Early onset of that because...
Oh, he sucks.
Yeah, right. So it's kind of shot in the dark. Oh yeah, that's huge. They're gonna stop their bags. They're bullying them, man, under their own turret. They're not. I mean, interrupting the recall is huge there now. It buys more time for the bot lane to have more prio. Speaking of that, though, topside deja vu for him. Reggie's gonna find the knockup. Nope, not gonna be it. Resolute is gonna hook shot his way out of there, back to safety. Yet as it is still 1-0 in favor of Dago.
Yeah, this is going to be a classic matchup of strong side on opposite sides of the map here. So for Dorado Gaming, their strong side right now is the Mundo side on Money Shot there. So top side for them. However, on the bottom side, looks like we got something starting up here. Looks like there's going to be a big skirmish.
Looks like it's going to be
There's a congregation happening on the map. A lot of members on the bottom. Iceborn Kingdom tried to set up a play. It could have been that nasty dive, but the wave wasn't pushed in, so I think they're just trying to catch them to try to push out that wave there. Dorado Gaming wants to push it out. Ooh.
Top side, though, look at what's happening on the map. Could be another solo bullet. There it is, the first one for Dr. Muno. Money shot makes it happen. First one, it was with a gank. Now he doesn't even need Jarvan to make it happen, baby. He is ready to roll.
All right, yep. So, looks like we got a win on the top side here in a minuscule win on the bottom. Looks like Unknown Jack Gaming finally got that pushed in up to the turret so they can reset. Or the wave can bounce back to them. So, Unknown can farm. But we see here a CS discrepancy. And I do wonder why Iceborn Kingdom let them get that into the turret there. I guess they're going to try to slow stack it back. We'll see if that's what they go for. LeBlanc was able to get early prio in the mid lane. We'll see if Waiting Sucks can do it again. Zin's here for a gank, though.
Yeah, looking for both teams here. They don't know what's going on in the bot lane. It's a 3v2 in the mid lane, though. Some shenanigans happening. Here comes Zin's out. Jumps on the Braum. Jack Gaming under the turret. Unknown. Trying to peel off. Do some damage. And they're successfully going to get back. And no play to be had after that.
Oh, man. So, you know, we'd said it in the game, in the post game here, or sorry, pre-game, that it's on Iceborn Kingdom to make the plays to win the game. And it's not looking so hot right now, Proof.
Yeah, Iceborn Gauntlet need to find answers and need to find them soon, as it is kind of a goal lead, right? 1K is still not a lot to say that, yeah, you know, Dorado Gaming, they're going to win just based off of that 1K. But is something in the early game? It translates to a late game snowball possibility here. A gank on the 1v2. They're going to dive under the turret. Reggie is kind of testing his limits here. Money shot took some turret aggro, but they are still looking healthy. And this dive is going to be clean. They have it in the bank, and they're going to cash out on that topside kill.
Yeah, you know, if you wanted to save Berzalut up there, you do want to TP early, but if you want to get the kills, you got to time it just perfectly. And unfortunately for Waiting Sucks there, wasn't able to perfectly time it there, and they just give over a free kill and a TP. So that's 2 L's there for Iceborn Kingdom. And 6-0, and it looks like we're it's a 3K gold. Oh, wait. 4K gold lead.
No way.
Wow.
No, that's a bug. That's another bug, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Indie company, right? Please fix spectators. Bug,
yeah.
please.
Is the kills doubled? Oh, the kills are doubled on my screen again. So I guess it does the money calculate. Funny. So we're learning about the replay. It's actually doing the calculations for 6 kills to 0. So I know what it would be like if it was 6-0 right now.
You know,
it's not really relevant though.
You know, it might be funny, but I'm reading chat to see what's happening in the game. I'm reading chat to see on Twitch stream to see what actually is happening. I'm just joking, but Jack Gaming here is going to be spotted out. I think Iceborn Kingdom, they're going to know that Dorado Gaming, something is up, something's fishy. They're on at this spot side neutral objective. It is going to be Ocean. So they're going to stack up the souls here as there it is.
Wow. So they're not even going to get the trade for Iceborn Kingdom. They're going to just lose both, I think. Wow, that's actually really, really bad. Sad days ahead for Iceborn. This kingdom is falling to ruin here.
Kingdom is falling to ruin here. Money shot fancies himself for maybe a kill, but a lot of minion gear to be had. Yeah, he's going to be tanking a lot of that damage. Berzalut does have the Hextech ultimatum. Is going to opt out to use it, though. No, a little bit too late. Does burn the Hextech ultimatum in the process. Kind of a blunder there on the side of Berzalut. And Money Shot takes the lead in the top lane. 3-0-1 for him.
Yeah, you know, it's a bit interesting. Usually with Camille, you want to use the ultimate to dodge something that's really important from your enemy. But the problem is, like, what does Mundo have that's super important to dodge, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like other champions like, you know, like a Fiora maybe or something. Oh, we have a big skirmish coming down.
Big skirmish here. Okay, HP bars are dwindling low and low. Jack Gaming does have the unbreakable, but it might be too late to break away from that team fight. He goes down. Human is here on the front line, finding the damage, and they put it at the end. Or the Fearless No ability is going to pick up that kill. Here we go. Flash in the mid lane for the 1v1 on 1v1 in the top lane as well. A lot of action on the map, Crimsz, and oh my goodness. Let's catch a breath and talk about what just happened. 4-3. Dorado Gaming are still in the lead, but the gold lead for them has dwindled down to a mere, I guess, 500 gold in total.
Yeah. And that was a skirmish that Iceborn Kingdom needed to get back in this game. And Dorado Gaming gave it to them there. They kind of opted for it. They could have backed down, taken the little L, but they got the big one instead. And that's going to give them an opportunity to get back in this game and maybe make a play for this Rift Herald, because I think that may be a key objective for Iceborn Kingdom here to get back in the game. If you get the crash, get the extra money, maybe Dorado Gaming go for a fight when they shouldn't on top of it as well. Reggie.
Uh-oh. Reggie gets jumped on, but when it becomes lighting, Haman Karn is still looking for the kill. Is he going to chase him around the map? Nope. It's going to let him go. Find another day. You know, that is the way to play. As you know, not a lot of things happening after that. Quite a bit of a skirmish on the bot side. Dorado Gaming really out-traded there. So I have to say that IBK have maybe found a silver lining for themselves. Yes, their top lane is doing bad, but they're finding all these plays opposite side of the map. So it should be good for them, right?
Yeah, they are finding some plays, but I think this snowball on the top side might get a little bit out of hand here. Especially since we don't have a super tank killer on the side of Iceborn Kingdom here, right? So, you know, Ashe isn't too shabby, but LeBlanc definitely not known for tank busting capabilities.
Yeah, LeBlanc, I don't know what she's known for. She's just like, out of nowhere, blindsides you with a kill. She's really good in terms of doing output damage. But honestly, they need strong carries to make it happen. And Ashe looks for the arrow, does connect on Jack Gaming. He's going to get jumped on. Ultimate is going to be used for disengage purposes, but Haman Karn is going to get rooted from that Braum passive. Unknown gets jumped on, rooted up, knocked up, but the trades are there. Here comes Money Shot with the play, and that's going to be huge double. And Dorado Gaming are back in it, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, there we go there. And as you can see, Braum really good at stopping people with straight line dashes. Reggie in a bit of a tough spot right now.
Oh,
Yo, that
Reggie.
support just taking out the jungle right now.
Yeah. Reggie says good night.
Don't sleep on Karma. Karma does damage, especially early game as well. So looking the bot line scores here, not too shabby for the side of Iceborn Kingdom.
Iceborn Kingdom. You know, honestly, they're losing top side now. This Mondo advantage, right? We're talking about top diff. This guy has making it happen. Not only in the top side, but now utilizing that advantage that he has created with the TP to get some turret platings over at the bot side as well. Meanwhile, though, Iceborn Kingdom, they're actually are after the, what is that? The Herald over the top side, and they do secure it. So Xin Zhao is maybe going to look to drop it maybe mid lane here. What would be your priority as Xin Zhao?
So usually mid lane is the highest priority turret in the game. However, I think that maybe in this scenario you drop it bot lane, try to get this Ashe further ahead. It's pretty much the winning lane currently. I know mid lane is winning a little bit, but it's the biggest advantage so far, and maybe that's just what you need to counteract this Mundo on the top side, who's an absolute monster right now. I have to say, Reggie putting a huge investment in the Mundo fund.
Oh, speaking of the investment here, to his company, 3's a crowd in the bot lane, Nobility getting chunked and lower and lower. They're going to find the damage on him. Reggie with the kill. Nozumi is just going to back away, respecting that damage on the Jarvan, as well as the Aphelios right now is being a little bit of a poking, you know, he's poking you with the damage. He's not doing that much compared to the Ashe, but still getting there.
Yeah, he is going to be catching up. I mean, he doesn't need as much money to do more damage, so it is a ticking time clock there. As we have some more fighting on the top side. Oh, looks like Money Shot taking turret hits.
Oh, Money Shot getting turret aggro, over optimistic, but he has the ultimate.
Don't give the shutdown over to this Camille, please.
Camille does not have the ultimate as well. She just did use it, so the turret is going to say goodbye, and that's going to be the first one in the game. You know, that comes with a bonus, so the early bird catches the worm, as we say that 7-6 on the scoreboard. 14 minutes has passed. You see the early game prio is kind of back and forth. Iceborn Kingdom, they're going to be on this Infernal. They're finding that damage, and Jack Gaming's around the corner. What is he doing there without his team? He's just looking, he's just witnessing the dragon go down. He's like, okay, all right, you guys are doing a good job.
He's going to for the Chad support Dragon Steel, of course. What else would we be doing?
I mean, I didn't see a Q there. A little bit too late for the steal. But I have seen
they got piled on mid lane.
Dragon.
This is actually pretty significant. They're going to get the turret there.
Ooh, man, Altica, baby. Making it happen. That's going to be the first one. They do find the damage, but look at TP play in the middle there. Jack Gaming does find one with the ultimate, but here comes Money Shot, outnumbered and outclassed. He's going to bite the dust, shut down. There it is, Nozumi finding the kill, and Iceborn Kingdom making it happen. Probably a silver lining for them. They're going to disengage, though. Uh-oh.
Oh, they're gonna keep going for it. I don't think this is a good idea here.
They went head in. Jack Gaming is frontlining a lot of that damage, but no play to be had after that.
I mean, that was a pretty good ultimate from Kiba Boy there. And it was going to be pretty close, but they committed way too far. I think, look, they had the initial burst with the Casio ultimate, so they started to win, but at the end of the day, it's still a 5v2. So I don't know if you want to take that fight.
Yeah, it is a 5v2. We're talking about early skirmishes, right? We're talking about knockdown, drag out fights. Whoever kind of wins in early skirmishes in turn is going to get more objectives and later snowball into the game. And we're seeing that Cassiopeia 4-man ultimate there was really, really good to start things off, but it was instantly traded by the ring edge. And Reggie finds himself in a rock and a hard place. He is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, man. What were you doing there? What was he doing?
To pick up the kill. I think he's just feeding, right? I mean, I don't know what he was doing there early on.
Does he feel bad? Does he feel bad after demolishing this Camille topside? Just maybe I shouldn't go that. You know, I should give him a kill, make him feel better.
He's like, you know what? I'll give you guys something to hold out for here. Jack Gaming gets rid of him in place. The supports are dancing around each other. It's the dance between the Braum and the Karma. Who is going to take the lead? Who is going to secure the game? Obviously, Karma has had more kill participation. In general, here comes Enchanted Crystal Arrow. X2. Jack Gaming has to use the ultimate to disengage Unknown back under the turret. They're going to have their summoners, at least only the heal available on Aphelios. But that was
and Dorado Gaming's really behind on Prio right now. They're just stuck at the turrets. This is giving Iceborn Kingdom a lot of options for plays that they could go for here. Looks like they're going to finally be pushing in the side lanes, and they're going to get the first shove on the bot side, and it looks like top side as well. They do have Cassiopeia matching, but she's just waiting for that wave of minions to be curtailed into her. And I wish you guys could see the animations on my screen because Braum is literally flying around the map. Anyway.
Speaking of that, though, speaking of flying around the map, here comes Nezumi under a rock. Oh, there it is. Gets caught out with the Reggie's Cataclysm and gets rooted in place, but it's still not enough to get the kill. And Dorado Gaming are now on the back foot. They need to disengage. No more resources invested to get that kill. Also, I want to point out first mythic item, and not first mythic item, but between the 80 carries, though, Immortal Shield Bow completed on Ashe, and no mythic to be found yet on Aphelios.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a power spike in the favor of Nubuli here. So maybe they don't set up for this next dragon. Now, Dorado Gaming, I do think that the comp together as a 5-man will be stronger. The question is it stronger right now? Bit debatable, but we can see if Cassiopeia hits a really, really good ultimate, it's going to turn their way no matter what.
And let's see what they have in store for us, because it's only 18 minutes, 2 minutes till the Baron spawns, right? So we're kind of in the cusp of seeing how teams play around that big objective, around the map, of course. I'm
seeing a lot of blue on the dragon here.
Yep, a lot of blue on the dragon. They are going to set up for that priority bot side, and you do see kind of like it's evened out. 1 turret to 2 in terms of turret count. IBKs, they're still in the game. In terms of getting early on Drakes, they do secure themselves an Infernal, and Ocean is secured by Dorado Gaming. But here, what's happening? Unbreakable all the wall. I haven't seen an ult like that by Braum, but Hookshot is going to be enough Resolute to just disengage.
Reggie didn't have the ultimate there, at least on my screen. So I think that would have secured the kill, but unfortunately pulled the trigger a little too early. And, well, that's a burn Braum ult for this Camille. Now, fortunately for Dorado Gaming, it looks like Iceborn Kingdom was set up for Rift Herald instead of the Dragon here, but it looks like they're going to fight for it anyway.
Enchanted Arrow is going to find the 80 carry on the other side. Say good night, Aphelios. Without the 80 carry, they cannot contest this bot side neutral objective, and Dorado Gaming are on the back foot. They're losing players, so they don't have to be careful. Money Shot is in a bit of a mix-up here. He who fights and runs a day may fight to live another day. I don't even know, I botched that up, but Jack Gaming is nowhere to be found with his Unbreakable, and of course the disengage tool he has. And obviously IBK, they're running away with the objective. They find 2 picks, and in turn it's gonna be this drag.
Yeah, you know, I think that Dorado Gaming gonna have to fault them for going full ape here. I think sometimes you need to cut your losses, sell those stocks when you know that making a comeback on it isn't going to really work out. The possibility of that is really low. and they're just not giving up when they really should.
Yeah, honestly, I think I don't want to say that that was an irrational play, but certainly you weren't anticipating the Ash arrows, right? He's not even running cleanse, so I would expect Unknown to play a little bit safer when he's at least approaching the bot side objective, right? He's just roaming around there without the Braum, nowhere near him to protect him, and I think that was a kind of an unpolished play on the side of Unknown, who actually has won with previously risen. I think it was Premade
Rampage.
Rampage, right? So kind of a reigning champion getting caught out.
Yeah, I think the fault there was the mid lane was pushed in. The vision was secured by Iceborn Kingdom there. So Dorado Gaming had nowhere, had no business being there, especially Unknown alone. Squishy, vulnerable 80 carry needs a big strong Braum to protect him. And nowhere to be found. And honestly, all his teammates were on the bottom side anyway. So Unknown, I know sometimes it's really hard to do this in the game, but if you take a moment and just think, you go, all my teammates are on the bottom side, maybe I should path that way.
Maybe is hindsight 2020's Jack Gaming getting some damage in return for his investment. He's trying to pick up some wards, man. Let him do his job. Oh, Enchanted is gonna whiz. Reggie under a lot of heat in hot water, waiting. Might get the kill here, but a huge karma right to the face. The Q, he eats it up. Here comes the pitch fight. Oh, great ultimate by Cassiopeia, but here comes XX Ultimatum, finding the damage, and they're finding the HP bars lower and lower on the side of Doggo Gaming. They're looking at their empty pockets. They have no retaliation, no answers for this pitch fight, and that in turn is going to be the free Baron for Iceborn Kingdom.
Yeah, Dorado Gaming keep on making the same mistakes right now. They have their teammates not walking in as a group, as a 5-man, which is their strength. They keep getting caught out sporadically on the field there. They really need to ball up. I mean, they don't have to be right on top of each other. That is that is a misconception when I say they got to be a 5-man. But they definitely have to be closer packed than what they got right now. You have to be patient. Just wait for your teammates. If you have blue trinkets, just use them periodically. Don't have to rush in face first by yourself. Give over free kill, and then give the objective for free there. You also can push in the lanes. It's a little scary at times, but sometimes slower is the way to go.
Yeah, sometimes slower is the way to go. I mean, what is just going on? Is this Zinzao really carrying his team in the better half of the early game, and now everybody else is like fully online? I think that's what's happening because Reggie hasn't had a moment to breathe for death so far. He just finds himself back into the fountain every time he spawns, man. Give this guy a break.
Yeah, and importantly, he has his team behind him. They're together. They're making picks all across the map here, and they're picking up kills. Ooh, counterplay.
A nice catch for them. They are outnumbering. Huge shutdown go along the Karma. Next to target is going to be Haman under a lot of trouble here, but utilizes his ultimate to get away barely. 9-14 scoreboard suggests that Dogo are behind, and they indeed are. 2K goal lead in favor of Iceborn Kingdom, and they're still not stopping.
Yeah, I think Dorado Gaming, good opportunity there to get rid of some of the Baron. That's definitely what your goal is. Get rid of the Barons on the field. Make some picks, especially if team members of your enemy are way too pushed up. Ooh, might be having a little bit of a fight here again.
A little bit of a fight, a little bit of a dance, right? You want to see that happening in the mid game as teams both set up for a possible hurrah here. As you see the objective timers right closer and closer. Now we're going to get another Drake spawning pretty soon. So no wonder why Dogo are in the bot lane. They're getting more prio for themselves. Mid lane turret is under a lot of attack, but disengage called.
Yeah, Doggo going to feel some pressure from the top side right now. Camille just going to be picking up free gold there. On the other hand, looks like Dorado Gaming is fully committed to just give that up for this dragon here, and I think that might be a good idea. They know the dragon's key to their success. It's going to bring these 5-man fights. That's what they're looking for. They're going to make a preempt the play, though.
Reggie looking for an ultimate here, but gets chunked lower and lower. He does not find the damage. Huge Cassiopeia ultimate, though, so prolonging this team fight a little bit longer. But here comes Hanan engaging on Unknown, who has to flash away. Look, Jack Gaming peeling off of him. A lot of damage to be had, and that's going to be Cassiopeia. Good night. Haman finds the kills. Oh, my goodness. Dorado Gaming more like Desperado Gaming, right? Let's go. Ace for Iceborn Kingdom. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 19-10, and that's the first game. For the first ace, rather, Nezumi making a lot of, damage happen, disengage, and the re-engage. What do you think about that, Crimsz?
You know, I personally am a Karma support player. Whenever I have support role, I will pick the Karma. Honestly, underappreciated, especially with her group shields. Very, very strong in a team fight. Negates a lot of damage, gives your team a lot of movement speed to get the kills as well. And not to mention, she's got a ton of upfront burst with her Q with ultimate combo. Can make a catch with her snare as well. So Karma really being utilized. I do like the Karma Ash combo. Really lets you chase down opponents there, or importantly, kite out the enemy. And honestly, as I said before, Reggie being the only dive member on Dorado Gaming's team, as you can see, there kind of was just after the dive, not as much follow up as you'd like, and was just left to die essentially.
Left to die. I mean, Unknown did try to do as much as he can. You saw him flash away there. Braum was around him. But you really can't misjudge the amount of damage this guy has to evade in order to stay alive. And he's kind of squishy, right? Does not have the cleanse. So if he's just engaged on once, it's pretty much...
yeah, he needs his buddy. He needs his Braum to... I mean, if he's next to Braum, I don't see anyone getting on the Unknown very easily at all. So Braum's going to be key to keeping Unknown alive here. And, you know, you can see, though, once the ult is expended, that's where Nizubi and Nubili can really get in and chase down the Aphelios. You can't really kite them and run away.
Yeah, honestly, I also want to point out, like, there's no reason to run cleanse, like, because there's no Leona on the other side. There's no, like, big CC comps. Besides the Enchanted Era, right? I mean, I'm that kind of guy who's, like, better... you know, safer than less prepared, right? You got to get your cleanse just in case you get engaged on. That arrow hit them so many times, and I feel like Nubili is just saving the arrow for Unknown and just eating it up time and time again.
Yeah, I think that would be, I mean, it's a good idea to save it, or obviously to get a pick. You've seen Nubili execute that pretty well so far as well. And, you know, if you see an opening on the Cassiopeia or Unknown there, so keep a boy and Unknown. Gotta really watch out for big arrows in the face. Now, Braum, we'll see if he continues to do his job to take these arrows. I think he took one in the mid lane earlier. It was pretty close. It is a bit of an AoE, but he's trying his darnest to save members on his team.
Back Gaming. Trying to clean up some wards. Pink ward is dropped there, but Harmon is going to get jumped. A jump on Nice Jack Gaming. He's going to get CC'd maybe to death here. He has to flash away, but the re-engage. Hey, yo, money shot here as well. He's on an important business call. Can he put the phone down 1 second and look at his map? What is happening here, man? A lot of disengages and engages. Braum is back to the fountain. He's not nowhere near the fight, so they have to tread lightly here. Dorado Gaming are on the back foot.
Honestly, that is a lot expended and no kill. So maybe Dorado Gaming has a bit of an opportunity, though. They don't have that much positioning currently. They do have vision for it, though. So we'll see what they decide to go for.
A moment of peace, finally. We could catch our breath and talk a little bit about what we're seeing here. Let's reanalyze the situation for Dorado Gaming. They are not that far behind. I mean, never mind. Who am I kidding? They're 7K goal behind. I mean, can they even clinch back into this game? It feels like they're fighting against an uphill battle, and it's just like time is running out against them. This Baron could be their silver lining if they find it.
Nubili just based here. LeBlanc on the bottom side. Doesn't have the TP. And it looks like this might be a close one. They're going to have to go for the steal on the side of Iceborn Kingdom. I think Dorado Gaming might have found an opening.
Dorado Gaming with an early on take for the Baron. They are pulling the trigger faster than Iceborn Kingdom, and they might not lose a player in advance, but Money Shot gets caught out within a rock and a hard place. Has to say goodnight, but that is one down in price of a Baron. I'll take that any day with Enchanted Arrow. No, it just goes wide just a tad bit. A game of inches.
Ooh, they know Jack split off. They might just go for the support. Free kill.
Free kill. Rack him up, baby. Who is going to take that kill? It might be, you know,
get out of there, Jack.
Prey at that point.
Get out.
Does get rooted in place. A lot of slows, and then it's going to be Nizumi's support diff. There it is. Hey, yo, 21-10. Nizumi has single-handedly, not going to lie, probably done more damage than LeBlanc. I really do want to check that. I really do want to check how much damage does Nizumi have done. I'm willing to say she's definitely done more damage than somebody on their team. Maybe more than Camille.
It's either that or Haman, huh? I don't know. I think LeBlanc probably edges out Zubi just a little bit right now. Because LeBlanc does have AoE and can poke as well. But it's maybe you're right. Maybe Camille didn't do as much damage.
Dude, I'm honestly, if we pause the game right now, I wish we had analytics. I think Nezumi has done so much damage, bro. Like, he just catches everybody out with a Q. And wait a minute, though. Oh, money shot. Thankfully, he
Dorado
didn't walk in
Gaming
there.
not set up for this dragon. They do have the Baron though, but they weren't able to utilize it to push in the lanes right now. They're coming through the bot side, so this is gonna be a full-on fight. 5v5. I think we're gonna have it.
Oh, here it is. Reggie gets caught out. Wait a minute, though. Re-engage. Hook shot is good. Money shot in the back. Look at the waiting. Is going to huge flank here on the side. Is he going to find anything, though? They're prolonging this fight as much as they can. Mountain is at stake here. Look at that amount of damage on Kababy. Gets chunked down lower, flash away. Cassiopea's not going to find the ultimate, but does find one player in the front line. That's going to be Camille down. This huge shutdown for Money Shot. Dorado Gaming, they could maybe make it happen in the back line. Here comes Waiting Sucks. Can he make anything out of it? They do find the damage as the ring at Chaman Gaming gets jumped on. There it is. Oh my goodness, the HP bars are lower and lower. Money Shot is the only one left alive. And here comes Iceborn Kingdom with their heads held high, and oh my goodness, 25-11 Crimsz. Are they really dominating the Rift and then throwing around Dorado Gaming left and right? Money shot gets through
25-11.
Oh no, not like this. Not like this, man. I feel bad for Money Shot. He was literally carrying the entire early game, but you hate to see it happen, man.
Proof, are you sure it's not 52-22 right now? Are you sure?
That's what it's showing. Don't kid me right now. That's what it's really showing. I'm so disappointed right
It just multiplies it by 2.
Oh man.
But man, this is pretty much Iceborn Kingdom. Their game, you know, it was a bit of a toss-up, but I think you would have had to give it in their favor once they got the Baron. Now, it was a little bit sketchy when the Dorado Gaming picked up the Baron there, but they didn't have positioning on the Dragon, and now they've given up the Soul because of that as well. It was really close, though. I got to give it to Dorado Gaming for going for that play. It just didn't end up timing-wise for them to have enough time to get the Dragon as well. And it's looking like this game, Iceborn Kingdom, it's in your hands to finish this game, get the final kills, push down the final turrets, and pick up your win against Dorado Gaming, by the way. This is the leader in the pack, I believe.
Yeah, the leader in the pack. They have been undefeated so far, but maybe they're going to get a dent in their accomplishments because, honestly, Iceborn Kingdom, they have been carrying out astonishing team fights back to back. They're not losing any momentum. They're not losing any bravery at all. They're going all out. And honestly, you might be kind of in the face of Dorado Gaming, seeing their scoreline. You might play a little bit hesitant or a little bit unconfident, but it's been the opposite way around. It's been Iceborn Kingdom who's so brave in the engages. They're not letting it down. And obviously, we're seeing Reggie. We saw how Kababy gets chunked down low and he's not able to team fight at all. So honestly, feels like Dorado Gaming, they're getting bullied across the map.
Yeah, I do think that they need to be a little bit creative in how they get an engage on Nubili and Nezumi, because those are the, you know, once the ultimate comes down from Jarvan, they only have the ability to flash out of it, right? They can't get out in any other way. So in that way, I think initiative is important for Dorado Gaming. On the other hand, though, I think this is a real tough position for Reggie, because if he pulls the trigger too soon or his teammates aren't there to follow up, I think he's just going to die to Nubili and Izumi. You know, the peel's going to come through. Hamon can even ult and block all the range damage. So I think Reggie's in a tough spot. But on the other side, if he plays it correctly, I think it's going to be huge for Dorado Gaming. So I think we got to look to Reggie. Is he going to succeed or fail?
This is kind of looking promising as Reggie jumps on the target in the front line. You see Denzel is frontlining a lot of that damage. Berzalut in the back line. Hextech ultimatum used on the AD carry. He's zoning them off. Meanwhile, his team is racking up the kills, maybe one after the other. Desperado Gaming, more like, rather than Dorado Gaming, right? Am I right? And here comes Jack under the turret. Is it going to be a silver lining? You always want to leave one. You don't want to kill one so you could remember like what his team went through, right? So it's just like, okay, you go back, maybe we'll leave you. You're not going to get that damage. Jack Gaming is obviously going to get rooted under the turret. And
the minion save his life.
Yeah, man. Minion block. That's one creep block is, comes in handy. Nezumi is still going for it. Baying for blood. Unbreakable is going to be used. Nezumi, is he going to find that kill? Ooh, misses it. Oh,
outplay.
Is it going to be an ego play? No, it's not.
No.
It's not.
And man, I was talking about Reggie having the correct target selection there,
Yeah.
and they did catch out Haman Karn on the Zin, but we all know with the ultimate there, Zin could block a lot of damage, and that was a slow ending right there. But that was a high blast fight, and believe it or not, first game is going to be going to Iceborn Kingdom. Remember, this is the pre-made Unstoppable League, and this is week 7. Iceborn Kingdom draws first blood.
Draws first blood. They're in a bit of a rough predicament, right? So we'll see what happens in the second game. Obviously, it's been a nail biter, right? We've been on the edge of the seat watching this. Obviously, they had a good early game. Maybe they could do the same next game, but it's neither here or there.
Oh, all
Um,
right. Nizumi ends
how
up
much
being
damage?
third place in the damage charts
No
and
way.
in the game as well, doing
Oh,
more damage than
hey,
the enemy
hey,
Mundo for Dorado Gaming there.
hey.
So you are correct. I
Can I get
was
an
I
alert?
was thinking maybe LeBlanc did more damage, but you are correct by 3K there. So hey,
Yeah.
you predicted
More
it. You
damage
called
than
it.
LeBlanc and Camille, dude. I called it right on the dot. This Nizumi guy is just, they have to ban him. They have to ban this karma out. There's no way in hell they're going to let it slide next time.
Well, I just don't think you let them get that combo again, especially into Ophelia. So maybe double, first, you want to double, triple think that Ophelia's blind pick.
Yeah, but the top damage was on the side of Iceborn. Gauntlet was still the Ash, so no wonder the bot lane gap. You see the damage per capita. I mean, come on, you can't keep up with that damage, especially Nozumi putting so much dent in HP bars of everybody on the other side. With that said, though, we're gonna take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. It's been my pleasure. My name is Proof, and I'm joined here by Crimsz, and we'll be right back to cover the second game. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After a short break, happy to be back. Obviously, after seeing that game, Iceborn Kingdoms are now ahead in the series 1-0 against Dorado Gaming. And I think I saw a quote the other day that says, to become unique, the challenge is to fight the hardest battle, which anyone can imagine until you reach your destination. And I feel like Dorado Gaming so far, they haven't, been fighting their hardest battles. They're 6-0, right? So we'll see if Iceborn Kingdom are going to make this harder for them.
Top, the top of the pack here. Are they going to become the new alpha?
We'll see, man. We'll see. Are they going to get promoted? And obviously, with the quick introductions, I am joined here on the casting desk with Crimsz. My name is Proof, and we are excited to be here for the second game. Obviously, we're seeing the picks and bans right now. I asked you this question first, and I'll ask you again. Are we going to see Jarvan? Is it still a priority? And what are going to be the priority bans for Doggo to kind of get back into the series?
Will we see Jarvan? Well, it depends if someone bans it. That's the answer.
Yeah.
That's it. If it's not banned, someone will pick it up. I pretty much guarantee it. That being said, Trundle ban coming down again. Early phase. Trundle to me is more of a counter pick, but is very effective against obviously tanks and the mobile carries as well. So any champion that doesn't have any dashes has a hard time in the Trundle. So maybe IBK thinking that they want to go with a mobile backline champions here. Now we also have another, for me at least, a big blue square, so we'll see who that is in a second. As Jhin gets taken off the board again, Set not going to be here. Obviously very strong early top laner as well. Rek'Sai as well as another fast ganker. So we have, and I think I've just got it confirmed as a Nocturne. So Fiddlesticks, Nocturne, Trundle, Rek'Sai. These teams like to ban jungle proof.
Yeah, and speaking of jungle, we're right on that topic. I do want to point out that Reggie will no longer be in this game. I guess he was just subbed out with Chevy Longwood, and then we got another sub on the other side, IBK opting to go with Steaming Bat in the bot lane. So, if I'm right, I could be wrong, but those are the changes.
That's what it looks like to me as well. Yeah. So, with that, I think we have a new jungler on the field. It is a Mumu here.
Yep.
So I think we're gonna. Yeah, and we have, so looks like Doggo's gonna save the J4 pick, wink wink, nudge nudge, for later, as we get Irelia. And that's interesting. Irelia is very strong right now, but typically seen as something you want to make sure they're picking a mage into, so they can't wiggle their way out of an Irelia matchup.
Yeah, you don't want to wiggle your way out of an Irelia matchup. None other than, though, the top laner who's going to be piloting the Irelia is going to be Money Shot. Now we know
is that confirmed going to be top lane?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just assuming, right? If Irelia goes in the hands of Money Shot, I think he'll be able to carry the game. I mean, Mondo, okay, he tried his best early game. He was doing some fancy plays, but give him Irelia. This guy will literally shine. So I think I want to see that happen here. I don't want to see it go maybe to another player. I think LeBlanc was okay. Now it's being picked again. IPK this time. So they're just, reproducing what they did last game with different jungler. Momo is going to be different. IPK decided to draft the same mid lane.
A Tristana pickup as well. So I think we're going to see Dorado Gaming start to pinch the support pool if this goes through. So get rid of an Oleona, get rid of any aggressive engaged support there that pairs well with Tristana. Get rid of them. Tristana pretty much has a great all-in combo, so I think a Leona ban's going to be more than likely here. Or maybe a Leona Steal. I mean, Leona Misfortune isn't that bad in and of itself, but I don't think it's going to be here. So, Amumu LeBlanc, we have champions that go in. We got magic damage on the field, and a Misfortune Nautilus. I think that this Nautilus pick is the right pick into a Tristana, right? So, if she ever decides to jump away, the ultimate will just chase her down until it hits her the mark.
Yeah.
And we have a Misfortune, great team fight. And I wonder if they're going to go the Eclipse build, the Lethality Misfortune. That would be interesting to see here.
Yeah, lethality. Of course, you're gonna do a lot of damage with the bullet time, and of course, speaking of that, though, Nautilus does have the dredge line to open up a team fight, and obviously the Malphite is going to be banned because they don't want to go for they did the Dorado Gaming. They're like, okay, we're gonna take that off your hands. You don't have to worry about it longer. IBK I don't know what they're banning. The pro draft's starting to glitch out again, but obviously they decided to go Tristana, and who's better with Tristana in the bot lane than maybe Alistar? You arguably could go Leona, or if you want to go enchanted supports, we have been seeing how crucial that is. And yet again, Nezumi could definitely pilot Karma once again. So that's still dangerous. I think for me, I would ban, if I'm on Doggo, I would definitely ban the Karma. But hey, teach their own.
Yeah. And I think that last ban there that is also another square is a Mordekaiser. So it looks like people aren't locking in quick enough. I know the timer says you have time left, but you don't. So this is just a thing of these online drafting tools here. Final ban rounding out. Don't want Camille in the top side and a Kennen as well. So Kennen is a very easy laner, usually wins just through the poke matchup with any bruiser up there, and has pretty good effective early to mid game team fights with the ultimate there. And we all know Camille, the menace in the top lane, once you get Divine Sunder, starts doing tons of damage. Now we'll see what Doggo is going to pick up here. So they're going to go with their jungler, and that is an Olaf. So very early prio, lots of clear speed. They're going to be looking to make things happen early. I like pairing Olaf with a support, an enchanter support like Lulu or something. So Lulu's really good, speeds up the Olaf, gives the Olaf HP, gives the Olaf extra damage. That also scales with your attack speed, right? Yeah. So it just makes Olaf harder to kill, does more damage. I think Lulu's a great pairing, but they decided that, good enough to just let Olaf roam on his own. Lee Sin counter.
Lee Sin, hey yo, Amumu is not jungle after all. I think support. It's an Amumu support. There it is.
Yeah, support
this is not a hidden tech anymore. I thought when I was interviewing the champions for another league, and I asked them like, what will be your main comp for bot lane? They said Amumu and Ziggs because of how synergetic that is.
Yeah, that works very well.
Yeah, Amumu and Ziggs would have been awesome here to see instead of the Tristana, but Amumu nonetheless is going to be supported, and top that off with Tahm Kench. Dude, they deserve to be appreciated. Dude, what do you think about Tahm Kench's top laners, man?
Tahm Kench,
honestly, no holding back here. No holding back.
He's a menace in the 1v1. Not as effective in the team fights, though. So usually people who, if you just play, don't respect the tankiness, don't respect the damage of a Tahm Kench, then you're going to have a bad time. I see why they banned Kennen, though. Makes some sense, right? Don't want to get that Tahm Kench poked out. And with this, we're locking in a Tahm Kench versus Irelia. Might not be so pretty for the Irelia, though. But with the new buffs, does negate magic damage as well. So we'll see how well the top laners play in this matchup. Irelia's got mobility. Tahm Kench has got the straight upfront damage and tankiness. We're going to see who takes it. I think these top laners are just going to fight over and over again. I think we're just going to get a bloodbath again.
We're not going to get a bloodbath. And interesting thing I want to point out, I don't know if you guys know who Drew is, Mid Beast. He says, he tweeted something yesterday, or I don't know when it was, a couple of days ago. Speaking of Tahm Kench top, he's like, single by the way? Yeah, no, no Sherlock, no, I can't cuss on things, so I'll just do this. No, you play Tahm Kench top, you will never feel the warm embrace of a woman. I mean, he said that. Honestly, that's what I was asking for Tahm Kench top here. Yeah, it's just super annoying to play in solo queue, and I think it will still be annoying against an Irelia. But overall, though, let's kind of cut to the chase here. Doggo versus IBK. Does IBK look good enough to handle this game, and does Doggo have a kind of a shot in the dark here to get back in the series, maybe to reverse sweep it?
Yeah, these team comps are interesting. I think we have a lot of hodgepodge of identities for both sides. No side with a clear identity. To me, they both have a lot of champions that do different things here. So we'll see. I think we're gonna have to give the early skirmishing to IBK. Lee Sin, LeBlanc, Tahm Kench. I think they're gonna dominate the top side. Amumu, Tristana needs some time to get fired up. I think this is gonna be strong top side versus strong bottom side for both teams. They're going to try to flex their advantage in the draft here. Misfortune Nautilus, I think, is going to win the bottom lane. IBK with their LeBlanc, Lee Sin, Tahm Kench going to win the top side this time. So it looks like we're going to have a similar matchup to last time. So it's going to be on these junglers to play around what their team has to offer. And I think IBK last time They didn't get an early lead until Dorado Gaming started pushing the buttons a little too much. So we'll see. Maybe Doggo turns it down a little bit, hits the dial back. They have the Azir scale factor in this game. We'll see if that's what they go for, or if they just go for an all-out brawl again.
Yeah, let's see what they decide to do in this. You know, they do have other avenues of maybe getting a win con here, but obviously you always want to play through your jungler. You want to play through possibly solo lanes to get that top side crab and bot side crab. You also want to get that topside neutral objective, which is going to be the Herald. This case, that further snowballs you in the game. But obviously, Lee Sin against Olaf is going to be something to watch out for. Chevy Longwood against Haman Karn, and we did see how Haman Karn can carry an entire early game. So if he could just do that again this time around, I have no worries that Iceborn Kingdom maybe are able to take it away in this series, best of 3 series. And of course, Dorado Gaming could put an end to that. I want to see, since we started a little bit late, we have kind of a bit of a downtime to see what the chat thinks here. Kind of have your votes up if you think one or the other is going to take the win. Obviously, Crimsz, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to predict as well. Kind of on the clock here. Run down from top to bot. What do you think is going to happen, and who do you think ultimately is going to take it away?
Oh man, the ultimate deciding factor here. So as I said before, IBK stronger top side, Doggo stronger bottom side here. I think with the set of champions that we are faced with here, IBK is going to have the easier comp to play out, especially with the Amumu. Just hit your ultimate and then have everyone else follow up on the squishy targets there. I think Doggo's got a little bit harder comp to play out this time. And, you know, the Azir theoretically should get pushed mid lane, but it's a real tricky matchup. You got to really know what you're doing, but can fall prey to a LeBlanc. And so I think LeBlanc Lee Sin going to have an easier time getting the ganks off than Olaf Azir. So I think I'm going to point it towards IBK. I think they do have the onus to make the play, so it's on them, but I don't see the execution being that hard either at the end of the day. On the other hand, Doggo, you know, gotta have your Azir sit tight. Don't make anything crazy. Aurelia got to chill as well, and then just funnel everyone through this Misfortune Nautilus. Just stomp the Tristana, stomp the Amumu bot side. Don't let them get started up. That's how they win. So I threw it to IBK. I threw it to IBK for the draft.
Well, you know what? I actually, not just playing the devil's advocate here, and everybody who says that, you want to just punch him in the face, right? But I'm genuinely think that Doggo's team comp here, just based on, I look at the ultimates first and foremost, because that what kind of entails to me what I'm going to look at for team fights. And honestly, what I'm seeing on the side of the red team here, Azir ultimate. You got the Olaf, you know, he has a potential to go to the back line and, you know, stick on that Tristana. Obviously, it's not the best. I think Echo would be a little bit better here against the Tristana, just to leap towards her on hit targets. So, but look at the Misfortune, bullet time. You got the Aurelia ultimate too. So I'm just looking for the ultimates. I think if Doggo are able to take away the team fights, they might be able to close out the game. And I'm going to go with them for this. But obviously, I think IBK still have a fighting chance in this. I'm not going to be really biased because I think both teams, like you said, Crimsz, they have a really good lineup here in terms of drafting. So we'll see which one is easier to pull off. I think your argument here makes perfect sense. IBK, easier to do, easier to get the Amumu, easier to get all your engages. Lee Sin, nice early ganks. All you gotta do is hit double Qs and that's it. Double Qs all around, right? Amumu double Q, you got.
Oh
yeah. You gotta have
LeBlanc.
LeBlanc, yeah, it's a lot of those mechanics there. I guess IBK like that. And with that said, this will be our segue towards the break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And, and welcome back finally off to a running start here. Kicking things off, let's take a look at both these teams, right? But before that, let me just do a quick introductions. I am joined here on the casting desk with my fellow friend and colleague, Crimsz,
Yep.
and my name
Hello.
is Proof. And we are here. We're excited to be here, right? Yet again, this one is looking another interesting series.
Ooh, aggressive.
The rocket jump is the first ability on Tristana. Interesting one. You don't get to see that often. And they are spotted, though. They're like, wait a
Yep.
minute. They're not that sleeky.
Fully aware. Now, it doesn't look like Dorado Gaming are in position to challenge because they're all spread up. We'll see if they go for a nice little pincer, though, as Iceborn Kingdom go deeper and deeper. The wards are going to catch them out. Ooh, okay, so they drop a ward. Ping's going down. I think plans are coming in place.
They know, man. They know.
Yep.
They saw it coming from a mile away. Like, this is like a thief asking you if they could steal your radio. Like, you know what? Hey, can I? And you're like, Ben, why'd you ask me? Hell no. As you see, actually, this is a heads-up play from Dago. They're rotating bot side, and they are gonna invade the blue side red. So it's just nice. It's
I don't think IBK know, though. Oh, they're going to know now, though. Okay, well, now they know. Oh, Mizubi going in. I don't know if you wanted to do that.
No, but the dreadline misses. Jack Gaming shaking his head. Here comes rocket jump Tristana. Watch out for the rocket jump. She's gonna do a lot of damage though. Chevy Longwood is gonna get exhausted, slowed to death possibly here. The red buff is giving him some HP, but look at the healing there. Chevy Longwood doing a lot of damage. That's gonna be the first blood. Chevy Longwood starting off strong for Dago, but a lot of blood to be spilled here. Another kill, another one fight to the dust. There it is. Misfortune off their running start as well. 2-0. Dago in the lead.
Yes, now that was quite the close kill. Oh, we have a fight going topside here. Does the fish win? Flash is blown at the same exact time. And 2-0 start here as I'm looking at the stream and it says 4-0.
All right, well,
I think we're going to go ahead and transition this to break. We're going to try to fix these problems. We caught it early, though. We caught it early.
We caught it early. We'll try to fix it as best as we can. We'll be right back, guys. Don't lose your... We'll be back. All right, after a short pause, we sorted things out for the spectator and the observer to get all the right information out there. It is 2-1. Obviously, we had to skip kind of that gank we saw over the top side. Crimsz, you want to walk through what happened there?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't able to watch it because I paused right away, but I do believe that there was a 2v1 and that jungler came up top side. Haman Karm came up there and just smacked Money Shot. I'm just going to describe it that way. And there was a huge wave coming towards the Tom Kench there. So I imagine it was on a pushing wave. And we have another fight starting up on top side as well. Chevy Longwood coming here to shake things up, though.
Money Shot just bites the dust before even Chevy Long gets in range. But Berzalut, his back is against the wall. 1/3 shot is too many already. Chevy Long does not find the damage. As you see Berzalut with sheer dominance over the top side. And now it's back to 2v2. Bot lane, we might see shenanigans happening. Jack Gaming hiding in that brush. Goes a little cheesy play there. Nazumi's going to take some damage. Steaming Bath doesn't find the prior in this ball lane. Obviously, Unknown is using more mana and not managing quite well. So she sees a bit more, I guess, priority in the bot lane.
Yeah, she's using her spells to get control as well, so she's going to be lowering mana. But it looks like it's quite worth it, as it's almost a 2-time CS lead for Unknown here. The engage coming down, Nazumi.
Oh, flashes burn. Jack Gaming just going to stay alive. Nazumi already burning the Ignite, and Haman is here mixing it up a little bit, making it enticing. Jack Gaming is
He's trying to get the kill.
Yeah. Is absorbing a lot of that damage. Is going to go down. Steaming Path gets the first one on the scoreboard. And now it's 3-2. IBK are in the lead, but only on kills. They are behind on goal.
I would have to give excellent credit to Haman there, not stealing the kill, making sure that Steaming Bath picks it up there. So excellent jungling so far. 0-0-2. Just the way I like to see a scoreline from Lee Sin here. And so far, great start from Haman Karn. And honestly, Chevy Longwood as well wasn't able to pick up that last kill, but they're both affecting the map pretty early here, and that's to be expected.
That is to be expected, as we are approaching that kind of like sweet spot where we kind of can analyze what's going on here, what items to prioritize against a Tom Kench. I mean, how do you play this lane if you're Irelia and 0-2 at this point?
You know, what I do if I'm Irelia in this Tom Kench matchup, I just go back to a time when Irelia had extra shield damage. I'm just kidding, but that was a thing. And
you can only do that. Chrono break into that. You can use mechanics right invented.
No, but to be honest, I think a Wit's End will not be a bad choice on Money Shot right now, as Tom Kench, most of his damage is in magic as well. So getting a Wit's End, getting some healing is the way to go against tanks. They cannot outdamage your healing most of the time. Even with the healing reduction, it's going to be a significant factor. As, yep, looks like Money Shot's just going to get poked out. Big Fish is going to be taking control of this lane here.
Oh, wait a minute, though. Kibobi. Or Kibaby. I don't know how to say the name. Kibaby Boy.
Kibba Boy?
Kibba Boy. Kibba Boy. What's up, Kibba Boy? That's an interesting name. You actually was close.
Oh, is it Kiba Boy? If it's Japanese, then it's Kiba.
Oh,
Kiba
Kaiba
means
Boy.
dog.
Never mind. It's Kaiba Boy, dude.
I think it's Kiba Boy for dog, but if you want to go that far, you could do it.
Dude, how can I not get that reference? I'm such a
No,
nerd.
it's Kiba for dog. Oh, yeah.
It's Kaiba,
Kaiba Boy.
Kaiba
Wait, it's a combo of both.
It is. Jack Gaming. Oh, this is a lot of damage here. Too much company. He's not ready to get this many guests at once. Berzalut, however, Haman is there to alleviate some of that pressure.
Oh, that's a 2-level lead on the jungle right there.
Yeah.
So Haman Karn's got to be really careful. Chevy Longwood is going to basically dominate him if he's not careful right now. Engage coming on to Unknown.
Unknown under the turret is left alone and to no good. Gonna find himself back to the fountain, 1-1 on a Misfortune. Ionin used over the top side, but Tom Kench devours Irelia. Who's gonna flash away from the Q? Barely in time, but is followed. That is meticulous outplay over the top side. Berzalut making it happen. In the mid lane, you see more action. Waiting Rocks is gonna use the ultimate. And there it is. Waiting Sucks here on the LeBlanc. Could actually wiggle her way out of that one.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, Haman Karn, level 6, due to the minions dropping in the mid lane there. So maybe we can see him make a play bot side. Would be really helpful for Steaming Bath to get a kill on Unknown again. And I think we could see here for both sides, Both top laners have no chill, and whatever jungler shows up will dominate that lane, as we see from both games here. Now, Money Shot on the receiving end, and not too happy.
Yeah, not too bedazzled by that. Like I said, the top lane matchup against the Tahm Kench versus the Irelia. Like I said, what Midbeat said, I don't want to repeat myself, but if you guys heard me, this is why Tahm Kench is super annoying. And oh my god, 2 levels ahead in the lane. I mean, Money Shot is just maybe just tilted at this one. Wouldn't you be tilted?
Ooh,
I don't know how that hit. That was an interesting hit through the mid.
Curving that bandage toss right there. Now, Money Shot is going to be able to pick up this wave, but it's going to be pretty dicey, healing up a lot on the Qs here. But, man, you just look at that HP difference. I know HP isn't everything for topside, but, man, it's disheartening. Oh, Haman Karn in a bad spot.
I want to flash over there, but he gets away. Haman
my
Karn with
goodness.
ridiculous, sophisticated mechanics. And the Tristana is going to find the damage on Misfortune. Say good night, 6-2 IBK. They're off to a running start.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe Haman Karn got out of that situation, but you got to give it up to Nezumi. Popping the ultimate, saves his jungler's life, and gets a kill by baiting. That was crazy play. I think if you want to highlight reel, Haman Karn.
That is a highlight reel right there, and I don't know what Olaf is doing there, especially Irelia. Just get dived under the turret. Feels bad, man, as I just say that. That is a huge shuffle there under the turret, but at no
Getting a bit of a deja vu, because didn't that happen earlier as well in the same exact thing?
Just keep spamming it, man. LeBlanc is not going to die to that, but here comes bullet time. Might find the target. Nezumi chunk lower on HP. They do find the damage, but they do not find the execution over here in the bot side, as still IBK is in the lead.
And I do want to see if we can check the money here. I think Olaf, as you can see, already has a completed item. I think he might be significantly ahead of this Lee Sin. Even though Lee Sin died, Olaf farms the jungle a lot faster here. So, as we can see, yeah, he has almost 700 gold lead. That's why he's got the completed item. I think they should use this opportunity to make a play somewhere. Maybe secure the second dragon, make a play bot side. And it looks like they're going to be doing that right away.
Did a glitch happen again in the chat, guys? Can somebody inform me of that? I'm not really too sure what are you guys referring to. Is it just because of the one-sidedness of this, the nature of this game, or is it because of actual bug happening? Because Tyrell, are you on the call? Are you noticing?
Yeah, so...
Oh, okay, that's what's happening. Okay, I just got scared a little bit because I don't want to, have to go on a break again, and we don't want that, right? We got lives to live here. It's still 8-2. IBK finds himself in such a one-sided. Oh no! Don't, please not like this. Irelia, please. This is so painful to watch. Money Shot. Okay, a little bit of fancy fit there, but to no avail. Just straight up annihilation of the top side IBK.
That kill would have went to Waiting Sucks anyway. So, Money Shot getting the beat down in this Tahm Kench here. I think definitely need to take the chill pill, but did not took the fiery pill instead, and now you're 0-5 on this Irelia.
Yeah, no Momos. Hungry for more, thirsty for blood, goes in for the ultimate here. A lot of damage on the other side. It pours all in. Money Shot here, maybe to retaliate a little bit. And Nezumi's under a lot of heat. Backs against the wall. Ionia used. Money Shot's going to find the kill. Here comes the retaliation, though. Cherry Wood is there. Bullet time, making it rain. Bullets all across. Summoner's Ripper's loot is there as well. Maybe a silver lining for Dogo. There it is. They find it. And a huge shutdown for them. They're back in it, baby. Full swing.
All right, sorry I counted Money Shot out. Looks like that was a mistake. Excellent TP, gets there first, and even though Irelia it was 0-5, still does plenty of damage to squishy champions. Please nerf. And man, that was absolute cleanup there as well. Top it off, Tahm Kench gives over the shutdown gold. That's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. Another mid lane tower. Could be the second one. Oh my goodness. Adding salt to the wound here, rubbing it in right in 10-5.
Wait, so they get 3 kills, they get 2 turrets mid. That is an absolute massive swing here.
It is.
And because they didn't commit 2 of their players bot side, they basically outplayed all on their own there. I think that is going to be a great pickup for them. They're getting a 2 6.3k gold lead here. Lee Sin fighting with the support for a red buff.
Zoom in here. I mean, I just think, you know, Doggo at this point are under a perfect storm, especially this Irelia being so far behind does need kind of someone to baby her away, you know, into the lane, and it's gonna be Jack Gaming, but here is the gang. They're looking for this dive. Irelia's gonna get the stun, manages to land it in time, but waiting, gonna go in for a little bit of a damage here, but Money Shot is not hesitating to clean away the
Azir and Olaf coming in tow.
Oh, that's a huge ability there. Berzlut gonna go all in head first, but dives under the tower. Might be the kill back. Huge ultimate there by Azir Baby. There it is, making it happen. Kaiba Boy, rather, right? Pegasus is gonna hate to see that. Haman Karn just gonna hop away back to safety. We're gonna have, I guess, moment of peace. 11-6. Wait a minute, let me die. Just jinx that right away. Nezuma's gonna go all out with the bandages there with ultimate as well. Haman looking to get away. Gonna have to flash away the follow over there. Chevy finds the kill. There it is. The 1-4-1 so far. Kaiba Boy is left without a jungler here to pursue this. Is he gonna do it?
Oh, taunting.
The taunting.
He's taunting him.
You don't want to taunt Kaiba Boy. He'll spend millions to get that kill against you. But he'll fly continents to get that kill for you. But again,
yeah, he's gonna beat up your grandpa and take his cards too. Wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Now, unfortunately for Jack Gaming there, I think he played it pretty well as he could. Was in a bad spot regardless. I think pretty cool seeing that he can cancel the Lee Sin ultimate with the anchor toss, but didn't end up being. It ended up being negligible. Ooh, Nezumi going in, keep a boy, dodging away, but can he get away? Oh, Tom Ketchamumu.
Probably is no. He's just gonna fight tooth to claw, but to no avail. Money Shot is around the corner to help out, but she in turn gets engaged on it. Oh, baby, she's gonna have to burn the ult to stay alive, but can she find the kill? Devoured right away, baby. Not today. It's Tom Kench's day today, and light up your candles, ladies and gentlemen. Bot lane, more action upon us. Steaming Bat's gonna rocket jump his way out of that one. Chibi Longwood is on the front line, baying for a blood, going for the kill. Not gonna find the second one. Yep, 2 misses, too many to count, and back to normal.
Yeah, and as we just take a little break here to look at the gold, 29k to 26k here. So we see Iceborn Kingdom in the lead. Now Chevy Longwood doing his darndest to keep this bottom lane in his favor, but looks like they're having a bit of trouble now as Steaming Bath is playing Tristana, has a lot of disengage, a lot of ways to get out. We got a monster fish on the top side ready to eat anyone, and I think it's a bit of a mistake for Money Shot to go with Blade of the Rune King first.
Oh, here it comes, unstoppable, used already on the side of Olaf here. Without the ult, it was 67 seconds cooldown on his Ragnarok. He's going to have to wait a little bit before he dives.
Definitely wanted to save that for Dragon.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a mistake.
Yep, that is kind of a grave error. He just overextended there. He had to pay the price.
He literally cannot fight without it because Amumu will just ult him. He will be stuck and he will do no damage. So they're going to have to give it up. Yeah, that's a big cooldown for Dorado Gaming. Like, I know it's just one ultimate and one member, but Olaf will literally be useless unless he has his ultimate. So.
Exactly, right? He can't tank that damage. Speaking of that, though, man, the amount of feeding that's going on in the top lane's making me hungry, bro. Can I get in on this, bro? I haven't had a meal the entire day.
It's a full buffet for
It's a full buffet, bro. It's like I'm gonna get Panda Express after this, man. I have such a big appetite after seeing this top lane matchup. I just want to eat up, man. And it's, of course, Tom Kench is eating up. I just wish he used the chef one. Does he have a chef skin, or is that Olaf?
I think he does. He does.
I think you should have used that one. Not gonna lie. A base skin on Tom Kench and dominating like this. I
have a corpse in a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, that is a huge ultimate back under the turret. But Kaiba Boy is just gonna say good night as IBK find the damage on the mid laner. They're really having a go of it right on the map.
All right, looks like they're gonna trade for the Rift Herald here, so we can see they're doing Rift Herald, but they're trading their turrets here, so guaranteed turret for a chance at getting one.
Yeah,
so
I take that any day. Because Herald you could counter pretty much, but a guaranteed turret is guaranteed turret.
Yeah, it is. And also Herald does give a little bit of money over to your enemy as unknown. 3 level difference. Huge damage coming out from a Tom Kench, by the way. So we know that not many answers from unknown against this Tom Kench, but there's waves going down, turrets are going down. This might be an inhib turret.
Oh, canceling the recalls. Okay, one is down. Misfortune, unfortunately, is gonna recall.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, Jack Gaming, where can you go, my friend? Tom Kench is hungry, and you're the right target. He just preys on him just like that, and that's a solo bolo. Tom Kench, please balance this champion, please. Oh my goodness. This guy,
I think
FF. I mean, I can't play this. It's unplayable on the other side. I mean, a Mumu here making it even worse for Doggo under the turret. They're finding themselves headed for the rocks at this point. Ragnarok is used. Another ultimate down. We're speaking of that around objective timers. Ragnarok is kind of that 67 cooldown, right? So a possible Baron take on spawn is still something that IBK could look for.
Yeah. And something to note here is that we have ourselves a Tom Kench with Anathema's Chain. So I don't know who it is used on right now, but they're probably never going to kill Tom Kench. And it's probably Money Shot.
Man, you hate to see an Irelia like this. Here's the thing. As much as I hate Irelia in solo queue, I hate Tom Kench more than Irelia. I mean, it's just at least a little bit bearable, but Tom Kench is super annoying. This chap is made to be played support, man. Put him back in bot lane. Uh-oh, here comes the kick.
Got the kickback.
On. It's a huge pick there without AD carry. Diogo cannot fight this, as their chances of getting back into the game is dwindling down to mere 0.9% chance maybe at this point. I mean, I wouldn't say they're out of it yet. They could get the huge shutdowns, right? They could still get the huge shutdowns on IBK.
That might be a little tough if they get a huge early Baron here. 20 minutes. They're starting it up. So they just got to kill the unknown. So it's a lot of damage off the table here. They're not in position. There's tons of wards for Iceborn Kingdom here. And it looks like a free Baron pickup. This snowball is getting out of hand.
Yeah, the snowball is going to hit the target. It's not going to be pretty after the damages. Might want to get insured on that.
Yeah. So something I like to point out from the Amumu in this game here. So not only does Chevy Longwood need ultimate because of Amumu in a team fight, it also counters Irelia fairly well. So one of the weaknesses of Irelia is that she needs to use her movement as a form of defense, right? So she uses it to dodge, uses it to get away from certain abilities, and to be in good positioning. And the one champion that's really good at ruining that is an Amumu. Just needs to be in the general area. It's the ultimate locks her down, and once she doesn't have movement, that's one of her biggest defense tools gone from the table, as well as, you know, being able to stop Olaf, who doesn't have an ultimate. And Amumu playing very well in this game so far. So it looks like a pretty good pick once they survive the lane phase, having extremely good effectiveness in this game right now.
I mean, let's just jot down ideas, right? Brainstorm ideas of maybe what can you do against the Tom Kench to make this game playable, right? I mean, they knew they were going into the Tom Kench. Could they have maybe flexed the Azir towards the top side? Because I think Irelia mid lane could have been... I think it's a bit better for Azir to play against the Tom Kench than Irelia, in my opinion. I think
that one is interesting. That's interesting. He does have the ability to push in Tom Kench, so Tom Kench doesn't have AoEs, so that would have been in his favor. Also has pretty good escape. The thing is, the long lane does kind of ruin for Azir, but I think it is playable. I agree with you there. I just think their champions actually just do terrible in a Tom Kench. Tom Kench is really bad at being kited, right? Doesn't have great mobility. Yeah, he does have his little knock-up now, so he's got a tiny little burst that has a long setup to hit.
Yeah.
So, but there's just no one that... Look, if you look at their team comp, except for Azir, who's like the only champion who's good against Tom Kench here, everyone else will just get run over by Tom. Like, Irelia has to run into Tom. Olaf has to go into Tom. Nautilus has to go into Tom. And Misfortune's mega damage ability, she has to sit still. Guess who's that great for?
Guess who's back? Tom Kench is in the mix looking for more kills. Gonna get the power they are really.
A tiny bit of MR here for Money Shot, but
Money Shot does not have the flash. There's nowhere else she could go. I mean, what can you do against this ensuing damage? She didn't even use his thick skin at that point. So
and meanwhile, base is going down.
Yeah, meanwhile, base is getting shredded left to right. Inhibitors both are very low. One is going to go down. That's going to be the mid lane inhibitor. Not with us no longer. So this is unlikely Dogo they're gonna come back unless they do something huge. Baron is in favor of IBK. With that, they're gonna take more turrets, more damage, and Amomo goes all out. That's a triple man ultimate. Nezumi making a play happen, and they are finding the pigs. Haman goes a little bit too overboard and has to pay a hefty price for this, as Jack in the front line is rather tanky, finds the stuns. Chevy over, maybe gonna get that kill, flashes forward, and is gonna get it, the trade, and instantly they're shut down for the Olaf. Steaming Bath finds the kill. Oh, Irelia making it happen. Can she find her second kill in the game? It's unlikely against this Berzalude, who's just such a huge rock to climb over. But maybe Ionin, there it is, the ult for the flash. Berzalude is still walking away. The re-engage.
Oh,
so much damage fighting the HP bars. Bullet time though. Oh no, Tom Kench gets it and still looking for more. He is hungry. And Jack Gaming is going to serve it on silver platter, and that's going to be triple. IBK, they're making it happen, and oh my goodness, 25-10.
All right, let's play. I like that game you did last time. Let's play it again. Does Nezumi have more damage than Waiting Sucks on the LeBlanc?
Yo,
this one's a lot closer. This one's a lot closer.
I'm gonna have to go with saying that LeBlanc has the damage. With what I saw last time, there's no way Amumu was out damaging the LeBlanc. I'm gonna go with LeBlanc on this one, man.
Okay,
I don't think.
What do you know, I'll take Nezumi because I think Nezumi's been hitting some pretty big ultimates consistently. And just the fact of AoE damage may be overtaking this LeBlanc. That being said, that last fight definitely is going to be put Waiting Sucks as a big boost to the Waiting Sucks game right there.
Well, we're going to find out soon, Crimsz. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to find out pretty soon.
Nezumi just running in here. Chevy Longwood got to run away. Now he's got a lot of HP. Burns his ultimate. Is it enough?
Not enough. He can't even jungle in his own turf, man. Give this guy a break. Money shot. Just shredded to death there. Oh my goodness. Steaming Bath. He's steaming his way into victory here shortly enough. 50k to 40k
up here. Now, I'm not sure if Iceborn Kingdom would want a Steaming Bath to heat things up, but it looks like this might be the end of the game proof.
Yeah, I mean, I would say after this game, Dogo need a Steaming Bath to just relax. But a huge shovel there. Finds one. It could be doable here. Is it winnable? Maybe the second one again. Jack Gaming in the front line. Kaiba Boy still regenerating that heal. Yeah, there's no way they can get this tall. And that is going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to conclude this with Crimsz. I would have to say this, the hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. I mean, still, they're putting up a fighting chance here, but look at the the Tom.
I think Azir's doing no damage.
Oh,
okay, the game's not over. You lied. Proof's a liar. Don't trust this man. Don't listen to him.
A man can hope, man. A man can hope. A man can hope. That's all I'm going to say here.
Now, I do want to point out that I think a lot of people, because this is 6-0 versus 4-2, thought that this was going to be a shoo-in here for Dorado Gaming, but maybe that was a bit of an understatement of Iceborn Kingdom's skirmishing prowess. What do you think, Proof? Underrated, or maybe it was just a bad day?
For who? For who are we talking about?
For Dorado. Dorado was a bad day, or Iceborn Kingdom underrated?
You know what? I'm going to go off on the limb here, say that IBK are just better. They're just better in the macro. They're better in team drafting. And honestly, the slightest thing that you could have done on the side of Dago is just maybe flex Irelia to mid lane, just to alleviate some of that Tom Kench pressure. You wouldn't have this game possibly. I'm just a caster. I'm saying this, don't listen to me. But I'm saying that, today, maybe it's not Dago's day. They've been unstoppable ever since kind of like the last
took a little bit of a vacation in Fancourt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happening with this Tom Kench one, though. At least we could see how broken this champion is. There's nowhere that says in Riot how to play against this champion. I mean, show me where it says like a blueprint that Riot has done to like shut down Tom Kench in the top lane, unless you have to invest like multiple players there.
I think that it depends on the pick. I think Kennen, great ban to ban out Kennen. Kennen would have been great in the TK. Quinn, anything that has significant poke and escape, like Kennen. Gnar, Gnar would destroy Tom Kench. But you have to play it correctly. Here's the thing. Tom Kench is super easy to play, and if your opponent makes a mistake, Tom Kench can capitalize on them. So that's why I think Tom Kench is usually a menace, even when he shouldn't win. So
Yeah, exactly.
anyone who's got a lot of poke, who's got the range, doesn't have to fight him
Exactly.
straight up like an Irelia, is gonna have a way better time. It looks like both teams squaring up here, and Hibs are up, so this is an opportunity for Dorado Gaming, but are they gonna be able to take it here?
Here comes a possible pitch team fight. As you see, it's a bit split push oriented there. IBK, they want to get more inhibitors as they want to hit the Nexus. Now it is rather looking healthy, but here comes a triple man ultimate bullet time, not finding much target there, and Tom Kench is on the front line, and there comes a shuffle, and that's going to be the end of Tom Kench.
Kench is dead.
A possible
Kench is
re-engage is possible for Chevy Longwood to do anything, but is it too late? The turret goes up. Azir says, I'm not done yet. Kaiba Boy has a lot of resources, and I'm digging deep here to bring it back. A possible comeback here, but obviously it's a 2v3 at this point. You got to bring something here to the table. A Miracle Unknown is doing a lot of damage, and Zumi's getting a lot of that damage, absorbing it as for all in.
Where's
Unknown
Kiba Boy?
Here. Kaiba Boy in the back line helps Unknown here. Haman Khan has a lot of shield, but it's not enough to withstand that damage from Misfortune. As we see back and forth, they're fighting tooth the claw here to save the base, but Nex is not looking all healthy. Here comes Teaming Bad, gonna rocket jump out of that fight yet again, and second time around. Dago hold on to the Nexus.
Yeah, they held the line there, but absolutely on a single thread. And at the cost of 3 inhibitors, I think I'm going to have to inform everyone that I believe 90% of the games where you get 3 inhibs, you win. So I think, this is better than a coin toss here of a chance for Iceborn Team to take this game. And it's real easy. You just got to make sure all the waves are synchronized. And once the flood, the wave, the horde of minions comes through, it's going to be no way for Dorado Gaming to hold the base. They can't hold the line against that much power. And we'll just see Iceborn, very simple execution here. Are they going to do it?
Can I say something here? Like, not to sound like criticizing the team or anything like that, but honestly, like, I don't know why they didn't hit the Nexus. Like, they disrespected IBK, disrespected the first time they were trying to take that Nexus when it was almost half HP, even less than we're seeing right now. They didn't even commit that much. I think they overstepped a little bit, misjudged.
Yeah, Tom Kench definitely didn't need to die.
And second time around too, right? So I think if this is how they're gonna play against other teams, like, yeah, you could have a little more room for errors, and this time around they're so far ahead. But if they do the grave error of making this happen again in other games, it's kind of like a throw in my opinion,
Yeah, it's true. If this game was a lot closer, it'd definitely be a throw. I don't think they would do it, but honestly, it doesn't set a good precedent, and maybe you might be a little too lax in a time when you should have been serious.
Exactly. Like, if it was like 5k gold lead, I mean, oh, that's a huge.
Huge.
The Mummy is online and is not crying no longer. Money shot. Finds a kill. Bullet time, though. Maybe a second one. Oh, Dago, they're turning it around. Oh, my goodness. It is a 2-for-1 so far. Maybe a second kill here. Chevy, very low on HP. The Nexus is wide open, exposed to a lot of attacks. And that is going to be the end of the series. There it is. IBK are victorious. There are your champions for today. Any last words, Crimsz, on top of that?
I think we see who might be top dog right now. And they may not have the best scoreline, but they certainly look like they could be the best team taking down Dorado Gaming here. Iceborn Kingdom stepping up to the challenge and looking like they're a contender proof.
Okay, bro, moment of truth. Crimsz, Tyrell, can you load up the advanced graph if you're on the stream so you can look at the graph here? Mumu,
Oh my gosh.
kind of listen, man. LeBlanc stepped up here. I mean, last
Yes.
time the Zumi carried in terms of damage. So again, I'm 2 for 2 here, baby. Let's go. Can't wait for next.
I was just throwing it out there because whatever. I wanted
I know
the
what you
chat to
said.
be involved. But
Yeah.
you know what? Interesting enough, Mumu Nizumi doing more damage than Lee Sin, more damage than Nautilus, and more damage than Irelia Money Shot. Don't look at the scoreline, folks. It will scar you for life. Don't go back, don't go in the VOD, just ignore that that scoreline. But I
Yeah.
think we know who won the damage charts of this game.
Yeah, and I guess in conclusion, I want to give a shout out to all the people who joined here. I think it was an interesting series. It was my pleasure to cast this alongside with Crimsz, and
Mhm.
obviously one of the best streamers here in Risen Esports could offer, Tyrell, behind the scenes. Thank you for
Shout out to Tyrell.
yeah, shout out to Tyrell. Making it happen behind the scenes. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And any last words, Crimsz, before we finish the stream here?
No, I'm just gonna throw a thanks to everyone. Shout out to all the players. We wouldn't be able to stream a game if there was no players. Shout out to Tyrell again, and shout out to the chat, guys. And you know what? I like interacting with you guys. Ask more questions, throw more comments, and the more you throw, the more you're gonna get a reaction out of me and Proof here.
Yeah, you know what? I wanna tweet something, but I don't wanna. But I'm just hungry. I'm gonna go eat right now. I know a lot of you guys are as well after that feast that we saw happen over the top side for the Tom Kench. And any concluding remarks I would want to add that this is such a great showing. Keep it going, keep it coming. And with that said, we're gonna sign off. My pleasure. My name is Proof, and my colleague here is Crimsz, and we have a pleasure of casting this games. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, good night, folks.
Good night.